Hey everybody, in this video we'll be going over all the different ways to use CSS in React applications, so no matter what project or company you're working with, you'll be able to follow their styling guide no matter which way they prefer. If you enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. So the 4 ways to style CSS in React applications are inline styles, CSS style sheets, CSS modules, and CSS-in-JS libraries. Inline styles involve directly applying CSS styles to individual React components using the style prop. Styles are defined as JavaScript objects. Styling with CSS style sheets, you can create separate CSS files and import them into your React components. This traditional approach allows you to write CSS code in separate files and apply class names to your elements. CSS modules provide a way to locally scope CSS styles to specific components. Each CSS file is automatically scoped to the component that imports it, preventing class name collision. And lastly, CSS-in-JS libraries. CSS-in-JS libraries such as styled components, emotion, and CSS modules with TypeScript allow you to write CSS directly into your JavaScript or TypeScript code. These libraries provide convenient ways to create and manage component-specific styles. Now that we've gone over the definitions of the 4 different ways to style in React applications, let's look at some live code examples. First, we'll go over styling with style sheets. So you want to put a CSS file in your assets folder in your React application. Make sure the extension is .css. You can name the style sheet however you like. And then if you see over on your right hand side, you're going to see we selected an ID and 2 classes and styled those. We have title, blue text, red text. And then to use the CSS styles, you make sure that you import that style sheet to that page, or you can even import it into the app.tsx or JX, depending on whether you're doing JavaScript or TypeScript. And then it can either be page-specific CSS or global CSS, respectively. Next up is inline styling. As you can see here, we use a style property for this H3 element, and we have curly braces on each side of the constant. And then if you look at the definition of our constant, it is actually an object. So you're going to go write the key as the property you'd like to change, and then its value as the value as a string. And as you can see, the styling's populated for that element, and it looks about right. And then another useful tip, remember when working with properties from CSS that have a dash in between them that are 2 words, make sure that you camel case those properties when you're setting up the object. And then I'm going to show you, if you didn't want to make a constant for the styles, you can actually put the object inside of the style property for the element. Usually you'd only do that if it was just 1 or 2 specific changes. Next up is CSS modules. As you can see, we imported the same as the style sheets. You can, right here, you can see that we have a class called module style. And then we just put that in class name. So this one was custom style. And then we just do a dot to get the property of that class. And then it should pick up those CSS stylings from the module. And then we also have another module file, and inside the page we're calling that other style, and it also has the same class of module style, but they'll be different. One is going to be purple and the text align is going to be by default to the left, and the other style is going to be centered and pink. All right, let's go check it out. All right, there it is. Purple text align default with the border, and then that one's pink with the text center. For the code example of CSS-in-JS Libraries, we're going to be using styled components. Styled is a way to create React components that have styles attached to them. So here we already grabbed the npm and imported it. And then we're going to create a h3 styled component. So you're going to set it as const, the name of the component you'd like, and then you equal style dot the element. You can even use a div, as you see down below, but right here we're going to do an h3 element, and then in between the backticks you're going to write your CSS as normal if you were doing it in a style sheet. And then for div component, you can even select the classes that are all inside of the div, and it will add those CSS stylings to it. So you would be able to select title, blue text, red text, all of those classes and IDs if all of those elements are in between that style component div. And then we have our class emotions right there. And then it should be aquamarine black with a font size of 36 pixels. And there you have it. That's the H3 element right there, and then that's in between the style div. Style through the div, style div. And there you have it. That's how you style in emotion styled. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support really helps out. And make sure you save this or send this to a friend.